Bernardo, a new contract. The City fans will be delighted with this news. Are you happy?
Yes, I'm very happy, and another season where we'll try to do as best as possible, and we started well, and let's keep going that way.
What are the factors that made you sign this new deal?
Well, it's been wanting to keep winning, because this team over the last I'm going for my seventh season at City, and since I arrived, I just remember one season where we weren't successful. So to be here until now meant trophies, meant winning a lot, and I like to win. It's good to win. It's not easy. So to be in a winning team, it's a very good feeling, and I wanted to keep it that way.
You joined City as a 22-year-old. You're now 29. How do you assess the time that you've spent here?
Well, so as I was saying, seventh season playing for Man City now, and it's been a dream in terms of what we achieved, in terms of the prospects of what we can still do. 6 years where we won 5 Premier Leagues, 1 Champions League, and all the cups. I couldn't have imagined it better, to be honest.
You've got a really good relationship with the Manchester City fans. Has that been an aspect of the reason you've decided to stay for longer?
Obviously, the way that they treat me and they help me, it's a motivation. So since day one, the way this, not just inside the club, but the way the fans they showed their support and their love for me. It's of course a big factor when you make a decision.
Whenever we talk to City players, they always tell us that the club provide them with everything they need to be the best that they can be. Just kind of expand on that a little bit. What is it that the club do to provide you with the conditions to perform at your optimum all the time?
Well, I think the club they created a department where basically you don't have to think about anything else apart from football. So when you arrive at the club, they'll help you find a house, they'll help you find a car, they'll help you whatever with the bills of electricity, water, whatever you need. And when, especially when you're alone, it helps you a lot, because then you just focus on the important part of your work, which is to perform. So yeah, I think the club has been doing a great job in helping all the players, in supporting them. So they just have to focus on their football.
Let's reflect on the treble of last season. It's the ultimate achievement in football. This is a very special group of players, isn't it?
Well, yes. If you look at the history and you see that in England it was only the second time that someone did it, it means that it's so difficult. So what we achieved last season and what we can achieve this season, it's something unique, and we're gonna try and grab that opportunity again this season.
Surely now there can be no doubts that this team is one of the greatest in the history of English football, but maybe football worldwide. Would you agree with that?
Well, I'm just 29 years old, so I don't remember all the teams that played in England. But from what I remember, when you see a team that wins 5 and 6, and that now has won the Champions League, which everyone was saying was the missing piece, that makes us probably one of the best, for sure, if not the best. We heard that 4 in a row in the Premier League was never done before, so we want to try that, because it's so tough. People now, they take it for granted because we won 5 and 6, but it's so tough every year. And if you guys remember, 2 of those were just for difference of 1 point. And on the last game, scoring, for example, I remember the Aston Villa game when we were losing 2-0, minute 65 or 70, I don't remember. So it's not easy to win it, and we're gonna try and keep making history and putting the name of this team as one of the best ever. Of course, that means something for us.
The Real Madrid game at the Etihad last season in the Champions League was probably as close to a perfect performance I think I've ever seen a Manchester City team put in. And obviously you scored twice that night. Where does that night for you rank in terms of your favourite nights at the Etihad?
Definitely top 3, but if not the first one. But I think not just the Real Madrid game. If you look at the big games at home last season, it was the season where we felt more, let's say, indestructible when we were playing at home. Because all the games, if you look, Man United, we won 6-3, then Liverpool 4-1, then Arsenal 3-1, I don't remember, 4-1.
4-1.
4-1. Yeah. Bayern Munich quarterfinals 3-0. Madrid. So all the big games when we needed the support from the fans, and they showed up, and we answered back with a very good performance, and we felt really strong at home, and that was probably one of my favorite games ever in my career. Yes, because semi-finals of the Champions League, you know that you have an opportunity to play another final and to win the trophy that this club was missing, and to perform the way that we did that night was just unbelievable. Yeah.
There's world-class players in every position at City, everybody knows that, but more than that, the manager has created a kind of special feeling among the squad and the football club at large. Actually, just explain to us what it's like to be a player as part of this group. With there's a real good energy around the dressing room, isn't there?
Well, yes, and that comes with winning as well, because when you win, everything is easier. If you don't win, people normally in life and in football start creating little problems even when they don't exist. So winning helps, but also the factor that you have the feeling in this team that we don't depend on one or two players. Everyone is so important, and you see that when big players are injured, and supposedly the most important players of the team, when they cannot play, and the team still performs. So everyone feels useful. Everyone feels that they can help this team achieve the next step, and that creates a good energy in the dressing room as well.
Last season was really tough mentally and physically. Do you now feel refreshed and ready for a new season after the break that you've had?
Well, yes, definitely. It's not easy. I'm not gonna lie to you with this busy schedule that we have nowadays, because you play every 3 days for almost a year, and the last years with COVID and with the World Cup in the middle of the season, and with everything being delayed or played in different schedules with new competitions. We don't have much time to rest, but we're getting used to it now. I'm not saying that it's ideal, but it's the same for everyone, and we're ready for a new season. Yeah.
How do we ensure that we stay at the top? Because, as Pep said last week, everybody now is going to want to beat us. What can we do to ensure that we stay the best? Well,
I just think focusing on ourselves. Obviously, the other teams, they will try and find new ways of beating us, because we've won so much in the last few years. So they will try to improve their teams. They will try to do the best. And we just have to focus on ourselves. That's the main thing. That's the only thing that we can control. So try to... I always feel that more than improve the things that you're not very good at, I think that we have to keep doing well the things that we did very well last season. So maintain that level, maintain as well the ambition, because that's the most important thing, because the quality is still here. The team is almost the same. So if the younger levels are still the same. The chances of us winning again are high, knowing that our rivals are better this season. But yeah, we can do it.
You mentioned before about the 4 titles in a row. No one's ever done that in the history of English football. That would be seriously new ground broken. Is that an extra motivation for you guys? I know you guys are motivated to win anyway, but that would be a really significant piece of history, wouldn't it?
Well, yes, of course. When you think that no one ever did it before, if you do it, it always makes you feel a bit more special in terms of we created something in history, and it's not. If we do it, it's not gonna be easy for anyone else to do it again, because this country, the amount of teams that fight for this title every year is just ridiculous. It doesn't happen anywhere else. And yeah, we're very motivated to achieve that.
We've signed Kovacic and Vardiol. What are your early impressions of those guys, and what can they bring to this squad?
Well, Kovacic was a player that I knew and that I know very well from the last years, because he's a bit older and he's more experienced. So I already knew that a big player and someone that could help us a lot was coming. So no surprises in terms of how good he is, because I think that everyone knew. In terms of Guardiola, a young guy that personally I didn't know very well. I watched a few games in the World Cup from Croatia. We played against Leipzig, so we watched some of their games, and against us he scored a goal. But very impressive, good attitude, good spirit, and obviously the quality is there. So we're going to try and help him to develop a lot and to help this team win many things.
And one final question. Our fans are always asking us how John, your dog, is. Can you give us an update on how he is, and
yeah,
is
he's
he
good.
happy?
Yeah, he's good. He's in Portugal yet, because we're going to have my wife, she's there to have the baby in about 2 weeks. So they're only going to come back to Manchester in October, but he's very well. Thank you.
Good stuff. Congratulations on your new deal, Bernardo, and good luck with this season.
Thank you.